Welcome to I Found a Weird Show. I'm Laura,
Lauren.
and we are continuing our recap of The Late Shop, which is available on Disney Plus if you guys want to go watch it. Today we are recapping episode 5, so we are on the other end because it's only 8 episodes long. So we're almost done. We're more
Crazy.
done than we weren't.
Well, I feel like that's every time we watch an episode, we're more done
You know
than
what?
we weren't.
Fair. You know what? That's fair. Okay.
But I'm gonna use that for everything in my life now.
Yeah. No. I like it.
Hell, even
So
with life, I'm more done with life today than I was yesterday.
we're technically all one day closer to the end than we were yesterday,
Yep.
wherever that end may be.
A long time from now.
Yes, yes. Oh, okay. So today is Lauren recapping for us and going to go through this. Like, really, I think we got a lot of answers today.
I loved this episode. It was just like one of those what is it, the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's just like pointing? It's like that was me the whole episode. Like, oh, I know that oh, I know, like, oh, this makes everything. Okay. I understand everything. Well, not everything, but you know what I mean. Most
Yeah.
things.
Yes, a lot more. A lot
A
more.
lot more.
Things make sense now. A little bit. A little bit. There's still some stuff that's like, okay, but wait, what?
Yeah.
But there were a
Yeah.
lot answered. I even heard when we were watching it, we were talking to I think it was Corbet, bless her, who listens and comments, and we love her, um, and watches the shows with us, and she said, like I feel like I did get all the answers. What is there left to answer? And I'm like, no, I feel like there's still questions I have.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I still have questions.
But this definitely like wrapped a bunch of stuff. I didn't really wrap it up, but it made it like, oh, okay. It was that moment. It was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, oh,
And I just want to say that watching this show, we're on episode 5. So 5 episodes only that we've seen. And I've gotten more answers in 5 episodes of this show than
no,
I have
no,
ever gotten in from.
that's you know what? That's fair. That's fair because I feel like this show is like we're gonna we're not gonna continue to ask questions. We're just gonna answer
Yeah.
questions for you after
Well,
like episode 2 or 3.
and I feel like we're at a point where I just feel like content. I'm not like, "Well, wait, what about this thing?" 'Cause like, sure, there are things we don't know. Like, why is that one dude a demon? Like, I don't get that. That
Yes,
we still got to figure out some things. But I'm not sitting here going, I haven't gotten any answers and I don't know where the hell we're going with this. Like, I feel like
right.
we've got all of the puzzle pieces now and we just got to fit them together.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. There was the whole detective episode. I feel like there's more there that we need to answer.
Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah.
yeah, because that's where a lot of the questions still are after this
Right.
episode. Or like, why do some go like why did the one ghost lady who was in the fire? Why is she still in the real world instead of in like Purgatory Lane? You know, so
Well,
yeah.
and we still don't even like, yeah, yeah. No, I agree with that. It's
But maybe
there's
because she was actually dead. Maybe that's no, because some of these people are dead. I don't know. Okay.
I no, we still have a couple of questions out there. But yeah.
All right. You ready to get
So,
into it?
yes. All right. So, episode 5, this one's called Reunion, which I feel is a very fitting title. This show has done so well with like the titles of their episodes because it all is just good. Because, like I said, I was sitting here going, I know that person. I know that. Like, it is a whole reunion, everything coming together.
Yeah.
All right. So, we open up with like a camera zooming through a subway tunnel, while text on the screen tells us what a near-death experience is, and that 4 to 28% of people resuscitated from cardiac arrest have a near-death experience. And then a voiceover claims that people who have had these experiences claim to have seen a bright light. Dun, 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 light shop. And before they woke up, they saw a dark tunnel and were reunited with their loved ones. Cute.
Right? We can
So
all
then
hope.
oh, yeah, yeah. That would be nice. So then we cut out of, like, the camera going through by itself, and we're on the subway, and we see the businessman from the first episode and a man sitting across from him. They're just, like, on the subway. There's more people, but these are the 2 that we're mainly focused on. And the other man is on the phone talking with someone, just, like, saying over and over and over again that he's on the train, like, we get it, stop. Um, and the businessman sitting across from him is just texting someone that he's on the way to them. And assuming it's a woman, she responds saying, that it's late, like, maybe it's too late, but then we see him, like, scrolling through their conversation, and they've been talking about food, and he asked her if she met his mother, and so now, like, current conversation, he tells her that he's getting off at the next station, and then we actually see the woman that he's texting, and it is our lady in white, also from the first episode, and I think every single episode past that, but that was, like, our introduction to her. And this explains why she had asked him in that first episode if he knew her. Like, she had asked him multiple times, "Do you know me? Do you recognize me?" Things like that. But this does not explain to anybody why she killed him in that first episode. Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
interesting.
that's yeah. That
And
still is weird.
to be honest, like, I had kind of forgotten the whole, like, "Do you know me?" aspect until we saw that, hey, these 2 actually knew each other, and then I'm like, "Oh, that's right." Like, she knew him in that other world and was being sus about it. But, yeah. So, confirmed these 2 did know each other very well, if, uh, if we're seeing this, but whatever. Um Still, unanswered questions. Hopefully, we'll get answers. But then we see that she starts typing a response to him saying that, like, it's too late, we'll just meet tomorrow. But instead, she just sends, get here safe. So she's very conflicted about things. And the man tells her that he misses her, and she starts typing that she misses him too, but she doesn't send it. And she has been just, like, very distraught this whole time. She's been crying. Um, and on the train, we see that the man has flowers and a happy birthday note, and we also see that he's got a ring. So, like,
Yeah, so that's a whole lot of relationship.
yeah, right? This is not just like a, oh, we're like just started dating, honeymoon phase. She's just like, or like that it's, well, I guess I should say, from his side, it seems like a very happy relationship. From hers, it's like, what the hell did he do that she's wanting to, like, end this, or is she wanting to, like, what is happening?
Yeah, she's very conflicted.
Yeah,
Where
which, I mean,
he seems like, yes, I'm in it. We're getting engaged. This is a thing. And she's like, oh no.
well, and as a woman, I'm like, what did that man do? Did he leave his socks on the floor for, like, weeks on end, and she's like, "This is it, my last straw, I gotta go." Is he abusive? And she's, like, trying to find a way out. Like, there's so many things that run through my mind, and I'm like, yeah, of course the man's just sitting there on the train like, "Everything's great. We're happy.
Right.
Life's wonderful." Well, she's just like, "I hate this man." Not that I'm saying she hates this man, but, like, you know.
That's the things you think of, like, wait,
Right.
why is this such an opposite reaction to this relationship?
Yeah. Yeah. But I do love the complicated nature of the relationships in this show.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, so then we see that, like, she's in her home and she takes a picture of the 2 of them off the wall. Again, very established relationship if they've got pictures on the wall already. And then she also picks up a note off of the
Well,
table and
can can I also say one thing that might have colored us is she literally cuts him up and puts him in a suitcase. So, like, it may have colored our
look,
opinions on
look. Some guys just need to be cut up and put in a suitcase. Again, didn't you hear the socks on the floor thing I said? Like, there's only so much a woman can take.
You
But
gotta be
yeah,
careful,
no.
this is gonna be used in your court case later in life.
Hey, what court case? I'm not getting caught for anything. Uh, no. No, but yes, like, absolutely, we have an existing bias just based on her killing him. And her in other episodes seeming kinda normal. So, like, what
Yeah.
happened? I don't
Yeah,
know.
like, why him?
Right. And I do have some theories, but we'll see. We'll see. So, well, do I have theories? Oof, that's a hard never mind. We'll get there later. So, we see her picking up a note and then a flashback to her sitting at that table with another woman, and they're writing back and forth to each other on that notepad. And the other woman tells Lady in White to stop seeing the businessman and that he can't handle her, which is weird phrasing, in my opinion. And then in the present, the Lady in White puts the notepad in the trash. Like, okay, very interesting. And then we're going to go to another character that we've seen before. Now we're with the young lady who moved into the alley in episode 2.
This was a shock. I was blown away.
Wasn't as shocked as you were. I was just like, okay, this makes sense. So, apartment lady is shockingly looking at an apartment with a realtor, and it kind of reveals this in a fun way. Like it's just the two of them talking, and then the realtor walks into another room, comes back with crinkle bones.
Head. Before this episode, I was like, Crinkle Bones is a demon in the alley, right? Not a person, right?
Yeah.
So like that was for me. I had made canon in my head. So
You
I
had
was like,
made
oh,
assumptions that you shouldn't have made. Yeah.
not
No, I get
not
it though.
Crinkles.
Yeah. Well, and I remember we had this conversation where you're like, "Yeah, she was evil." And I was like, "Was she though?" Like, yes, I get it. She was chasing the girl, and apartment girl was very stressed out after she realized she wasn't alone in the apartment, but Crinklebones didn't do anything to apartment lady.
Yeah, but she did. She got all Crinkle Bones on the little girl, and she
Yeah, but
went
maybe
all
she just doesn't
runny
like
and
kids.
skittery.
Okay, give her the benefit of the doubt.
And then she saw Light Shop Dude's eyes, and she got all skittery back. I'm like, nah, you
Yeah.
ain't right,
So
lady.
look, we still don't know everything about her, but I didn't ever get any malicious intent towards apartment girl from Crinklebones.
Yeah, that's fair. It just felt like you're right. It
She just
wasn't.
wanted someone to wash her hair.
Yeah, other than the time where like she finally realized that she was there, but that's all her perspective.
Exactly. Like, and we barely even saw Crinklebones at that. She was just like, I'm not alone, and freaked the fuck out, which, granted, I would too. But it wasn't even like Crinklebones was like walking up to her. Like, we barely even saw her in there.
Yeah. No, that's
So,
fair.
yeah, I was giving her the benefit of the doubt, and I feel like this validated that for me. Even though chasing the little girl through the alley, that was
Yeah.
sketch.
My perspective might have been skewed since it took me a full week of showering to not think about washing a ghost's hair in the shower. So my perspective on her might be slightly skewed.
Look, I have really long hair, so I always feel like I've got some random ass ghost hair going on. I don't know. I was just like, this is normal. Moving on.
She's like, yeah, that's all mine. Whatever. Even if it's not,
I wouldn't notice. Yeah. So these two obviously know each other in the real world, and they're looking for an apartment together. They want to be roommates in the real world and in ghost world. Got it. And the realtor asks if Crinklebones is apartment girl's mother, and they share a look. So that's to me an obvious nope. And
yeah, that was a little rough.
they just like it's not even just sharing a look. It's just like there's a whole conversation that goes on in that look.
Yeah.
Like apartment girl clearly wants to answer one way, and Crinklebones just is so uncomfortable. She just does not. I am assuming based on knowledge that we have later that Crinkle Bones is hesitant to actually, like, address their relationship in front of other people, and Apartment Girl is tired of hiding it. So,
Yeah.
as they're leaving, Apartment Girl, who is visibly annoyed with this whole situation, just says, like, "You're in the way," rudely to Crinkle Bones and just, like, pushes past her. So, yeah, a little bit of tension going on. Um, Probably need to work through that before you live together. Just thought.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna say that that's gonna be a tough living situation.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're out in the rain with our main schoolgirl meeting up with her mother, who's picking her up from school. It's like very cute. I love them. They were so cute
Yeah.
together, and they're talking about how they moved to a new apartment, or sorry, about a new apartment that they're going to move to. And the girl tells her mom that she really likes being this close to her and how she wants her mom to still pick her up from school when they move. And it's so cute, but internally I'm like, "Oh, but she dies. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry."
Some of the future of these people, you're like, "Oh, no."
It's so sad. It's so sad.
It really makes sense though for like how important it was for the little girl, like just to see their relationship and how sweet it was for the little girl to be like, I gotta get these light bulbs for my mom. Like I gotta do like
Yeah.
she was, they just really care about each other.
Yeah, 'cause, like, she's not a single mother, but given that the dad works far away a lot, they kind of have that very close relationship that I tend to attribute with, like, a single parent household of, like, this is your person. You do everything together. You like, I don't know. It's very heartwarming, but sad given what we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we also see a group of boys leaving school too, and one of them is Broken Leg Boy. And they're all, like, teasing Broken Leg Boy about a basketball game that happened and how he doesn't wanna ruin his shoes, and we keep seeing these shoes. They're, like, white tennis shoes. Um, but now we go to a bus driver. He's, like, walking around the outside of the bus, and he's on his phone with someone, assuming it's his boss. And he's telling this person that there's a noise coming from one of the wheels, and could be a brake pad or a liner, but he says it doesn't seem that serious, and there are a bunch of people waiting to get on the bus. So he asks if he should get it checked nearby, like go to a shop quickly. And the person on the phone tells him that he has to take it to like the company's garage, or the driver will have to pay for it himself out of pocket, which
Wild.
seems like bullshit to me.
Yeah,
'Cause, like, the
absolutely not.
liability alone would have them shitting bricks.
Yeah, no, there's yeah, what? What are you talking about? We were all immediately like, nope, nope,
I would've been
that's
like,
some
"I'm taking it
bullshit.
there, I'm bringing the receipt to you, and you're paying me back, or I'm lighting this bus on fire."
Right? Like,
How
what do
about
you
that?
mean? Also, like, if there is a safety concern, now, okay, yes, I'm a person who thinks that people will do the right thing, so I'm probably wrong in this because we have seen clear evidence that, like, people don't actually give a shit about
No.
some of that stuff.
As
But,
long as they're
like,
not on the bus, which so in this case, this guy's on the bus. I would be a little more concerned, but yeah.
yes. But yeah, but I can see like a corporate overlord being like, do the thing. We're like, but like, damn, really? No, I'm never getting on a bus. No, nope, can't make me do it.
Well, I hate to tell you this, V, but cars do the same things.
Shit. Yeah, but I'm in control of my bad shape of my
Uh,
car.
but think about semis on the
Oh, that's
highway
true.
and what
This
could
is why I don't drive.
happen.
This is why I don't drive.
Ugh,
Have like realistically? I bought a 2017 Rav4 with 50 miles on it. It has just hit 15,000. That's how much I drive. See, I don't drive. I'm cool. I'm fine. My tires are gonna rot off that thing before they wear out.
yeah, I can't say the same. I enjoy driving, but, uh, story for another time, or I guess conversation for another time on road safety. Um,
But yes, no, this was very concerning, and we all were immediately like, "Oh no." So this
Yeah.
is the accident.
We're like, "Oh," because originally at the start of the episode, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a subway crash. Done."
Yeah.
And now I'm like, "Oh, it's a stupid bus. Got it."
Yeah.
But yeah, so he decides to forego getting that checked. And granted, he did say like, "Oh, it's just one tire making a noise. It doesn't seem serious." And like, I would hope that someone who's driving that bus all day, every day would be able to tell if something was serious or not. Granted, we know
Yeah.
that's not the case here, or like things escalate, but like, yeah, maybe it is nothing. You never know. Well, you never know until things happen.
Tragedy.
But at this point in time, it's like, I guess, like, he's the last route. He just wants to go home, get it checked later. Maybe it'll be fine. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so he starts the bus and starts telling people that they can get on. And we see a young boy, like, what would you say, like 9, 8, something like that?
8, yeah, somewhere in there. Young.
Very young boy. And he gets on the bus, and his grandmother gets on to tell him goodbye and to get home safe. And even tells the bus driver, like, make sure that he gets home safe. It's like, oh,
Yeah, and we're all like, "Oh no. We know what's gonna happen." We don't fully know, but we're like, "We know. We know what's gonna
there's just
happen."
ominous feeling going on. But we also like really see the bus driver's face because it was dark outside the bus, but we see his face on with the lights on the bus. And it is the man from the last episode who was crying in the elevator and flooded it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So he died, right? Because he's in the real world and
I
not in Purgatory Lane.
I don't know about that because
No,
like
I don't know either. Yeah.
because
It,
like she's seen people in comas walking around, remember? Like
yeah,
the
but he
guy
was
who was
so
looking for the
close.
morgue.
He was
Oh,
so
that's
close
right. He
to
like
the
kind
edge
of
of death.
flatlined.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
So I don't
Oof,
think
you're right.
if you're in like if you're in the state of in between, you go to Purgatory Lane. If you are fully dead, you can potentially be seen as ghosty. But then wait, we saw crinkle bones in both. I don't know.
The rules. We need a rule sheet.
Right? Can somebody just write me like a one sheet like explanation of the rules, please?
I have a feeling we're gonna get a breakdown in one of these remaining 3 episodes. It'll be fine. So now we go back to the businessman. He's leaving the subway and he realizes that he left the flowers on the train. And he like starts to go back down. We're like, dude, it's probably already
Staying
left. What are you
away.
doing?
Yeah.
But he does turn around. He's like, ugh, what? Like he sees that he still has the ring. So he
Could you
like,
imagine if you left a
uh,
ring on the train?
no, because I wouldn't. I would be like staring at that thing, making sure I had it. I panic that I'm like things are gonna teleport out of my hands if it's that important.
I
Y-
do a full check when I'm like out and about, especially if I'm just have stuff in my pockets instead of like my purse. I do like phone, wallet, keys. Like I do a full check every like 10 or so minutes.
Laura, I gotta say that like I am single, but I still panic sometimes thinking, if I had an engagement ring on, like, would I wear it ever? Like, I think about this often enough that it's an issue because I'm like, what am I going to do with an engagement ring? Because I don't think I could wear that every day. And I'm single. Like, this is going to be an issue if it ever gets to that point. So, no, I wouldn't leave that damn ring on the freaking subway. No, it's not happening. I'm gonna be one of those people like wearing one of those like silicone bands because I'm too scared
Yeah, you're
to
like
have a real
put
one.
put my ring on a necklace. Thank you.
Ah, even that's a little risky. But
True.
yes, yeah. So again, he didn't leave the ring. We're just going off on a tangent. He left the flowers on the train, has the ring, so he goes up to the bus stop and waits for the bus. The guy who's sitting across from him, the guy who was like repeating over and over again, "I'm on the train." He's also at the bus stop and he's talking on the phone, presumably to the same person. Um, and the businessman starts like typing out like a long message to the lady in white telling her that the bus is late and it's raining, and I have to say, like, this was prompted because he heard the other guy talking on the phone and, like, explaining to whoever it was, like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't have service, but, like, wanted you to not be worried," like, so then he's like, "Oh, I should probably do this." Um, so he tells her, like, "Oh, it's raining, you should wait at the house, I love you, I miss you," and, um, we see her at the house, still, like, in the dark looking around, and I gotta say, like, it looks like she's got, like, a seamstress business there, like, there were lots of tools, like, the ones from her suitcase were, like, everywhere. It's just I don't know how else to say that, but it looked like a seamstress business. And we see that she gets the message from the man, like, that long thing that he was saying, but I think I messed up earlier and said he was typing it out. It was a speech to text message. So there were a lot of typos and like it wasn't really clear what he was saying. Like the I miss you, I love you part that came through, but it was not clear that he wanted her to wait at home.
Yeah,
Like it was kind of like I'll see you at the bus stop instead. It was very not what he meant to say. Um And that, I think, is just a reminder to everybody that speech to text is crazy and don't be doing that out in public. You look crazy. Drives me nuts. Drives me nuts.
that is very true.
Yeah. So back on the bus, it makes another stop and it's like struggling to slow down. It's like going up to the bus stop and he's clearly hitting the pedal and it's like all of my nightmares when I'm driving and can't brake. That's what happens. Something's wrong with the brakes. The driver keeps going, like, makes the stop, um, but he looks very concerned. And
They
yeah, this is when I would be like, I'll pay for it. Like, I'm not risking myself or all these other people. Like, either get everyone off the bus, just be like, sorry, this bus is not moving from this spot or something.
Yeah,
But like, this is ridiculous.
we are
So,
having a mechanical emergency, like, no.
yeah, it's not just like, oh, the light isn't working on one of the seats. Like, this is a life or death potential issue.
Brakes are important.
They are one of the more important parts of a vehicle, yes. A little important, yeah. But he makes the next stop, again struggling to stop. And at this stop, the broken leg boy gets on. The driver like tests the brakes again, like start stops, and it makes a rough noise. And I guess his solution to this is switching the banner on the front of the bus to not in service, so no one else, can get on, but there are still people on the bus. It's bizarre.
Yes.
And he keeps going. He keeps driving, and he does make a comment that he needs to get to the shop soon, but, like, dude, go now,
Yeah.
or it like, I don't know.
It's like it kept getting worse and worse. Like,
Yeah.
no.
And,
Mm-mm.
like, at least tell the people, like, "Hey, the brakes are being a little weird right now, like, do you wanna keep going or, like, you can get off. I'll give you the option. It's your life you're risking." But yeah, no, it's stupid. So, we are now back with Crinklebones, an apartment girl, who's even more visibly angry, and Crinklebones is trying to walk close to her. They're, like, outside on the street now, but apartment girl snaps at her that she's clingy now that other people aren't around, and they just start arguing. So it's confirmed that they're in a relationship, and apartment girl is really tired of hiding it, but Crinklebones is scared of being out with her, and it doesn't seem to be just like a gender issue to her. It's like also the age gap because like the realtor earlier had said like, "Oh, is this your mother?" So I think she's very insecure about that and just very worried about apartment girl getting judged.
Can
Um,
see both sides of this argument.
yeah, but yeah,
I
it
could
would
see
just
it would be frustrating. It would be
yeah,
incredibly frustrating to be apartment girl and to be like, I want to be with you. I love you. I'm in a relationship with you. And I feel like I have to hide that. And that
yeah,
sucks.
yeah,
And I understand that, like, from Crinklebone's perspective, she's like, I'm trying to protect you. But, like, you also, if you, that is That's so rough in a relationship of, like, yes, you wanna protect the other person, but, like, also, like, hiding a relationship to protect someone, that feels awful from the other side.
Well, and if you have other reasons, that's one thing. Like, if you're worried about multiple things and not just protecting the other person, that's one thing. But to put all of that on apartment girl and say, "Oh, I'm doing all this because I want to protect you." It's like, "Okay, well,
Yeah.
I am okay with it, so stop putting it on me."
Well, and it's a little bit like I see this as if I'm apartment girl and I'm rearing up for an argument, I'm like, stop treating me like your kid. I know I'm
Right.
younger than you, but stop treating me like a child.
Yeah, I am an adult, I can make my own decisions, and if I wanna risk whatever people are gonna say about this relationship, that's on me to make that decision. You are
Yeah,
taking away my autonomy.
yeah, and you're doing the thing that you're worried about.
Right.
Yeah, I
Mm,
would be
crinkle
frustrated.
I would be so pissed. Yeah. I That's, like, a lot to put on a relationship, which don't compound that by moving in together. Like, you guys gotta figure your shit out first.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Do not move in together
Uh,
yet.
Maybe have a couple conversations. But yeah. So and Bones does say that apartment girl is gonna have a harder time if they come out, and she just wants to keep her safe. But apartment girl, like we would, takes that personally and says that it sounds like Bones wants them to break up. And so they're just both like in this hurt space,
Yeah,
and apartment girl says that she doesn't want to see Bones anymore and just like yells that at her. Um But the bus appears at that moment and stops since, they're in the street, blocking the freaking bus. So, even though it wasn't supposed to stop because it's not in service, it stops to not hit them, and they just are oblivious to the not in service sign and get on the bus. And again, why is the bus driver saying, "Sorry, I'm not in service right now?" Like, I don't know.
right.
People keep getting on this bus that's not in service. Whatever. So they get on the bus and they go towards the back of the bus. Apartment girl sits in one seat. Crinklebones sits in the seat like right behind her. Um, the bus keeps going, and we see the schoolgirl and her mother are at the next stop. Uh, the bus, which again still has the not in service sign, tries to go past the stop that they're at, but like these two just start chasing it down, and they can clearly see the not in service sign.
Yeah, I know he should have not.
He
I don't
shouldn't have
know.
given in, but he's one of those people pleasers, so like
Yeah,
also I get it. But like risking people again. I would have opened the door and been like, "Hey, not in service sign is on. By the way, the brakes aren't working very well. You sure you want to get on? Oh, you do? Okay, that's on you now.
well, yeah, and also
Sign
tell
this
all the
waiver."
other people on the bus.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that any other thing other than the bus driver, and that's why
Yeah.
he was so sad. Like
He's
he made
guilt.
choices that yeah he feels guilty, and he should.
He should. Like I feel bad for him to an extent because he's in a rough position, but also he made multiple decisions that he should not have made.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
I mean his work is incredibly culpable too. Like they're the
oh,
devil.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like yeah, he made poor decisions that led to the death slash coma of many a person.
This is one of those instances that laws would be enacted after, like, this
Yes.
is one of those laws are written in blood. Yeah, this'll be the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he stops, lets them on, and they're very rude to him about it, and they're like, "Why didn't you stop? Didn't you see it?" Like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
Whatever. And he's just like, "Sorry." They go sit down, and they're, like, across the aisle from Apartment Girl and Crinklebones, so near the back of the bus, and the schoolgirl sees that they have the same red heels on. And we've seen those heels multiple times, but both of them have the same shoes. Very interesting because I don't remember seeing two pairs of them.
But we kind of did because when
I guess
she
I should
moved
say
into
we
the
didn't.
apartment,
Sorry, I guess I should say we didn't track that it was the like different.
Yeah, we thought they were Crinkle Bones' shoes, but when she moved into the apartment, she put on a red. She had that red pair of pumps, and we were like, "Oh no, those are Crinkle Bones! Like that's the
Yeah,
tall
'cause they were by
lady."
the door, like,
Yeah,
we
so
didn't,
but
like,
they
see
were
that they were hers.
right. So those were hers, and Crinkle Bones just was always wearing hers. We just thought like there was a weird like, "Oh no, those are Crinkle Bones," and she hasn't noticed.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
very
we just
pumped on those shoes.
those shoes are great though, like,
I know.
yeah.
If
Um,
I wore heels, I would wear those.
right. Sadly, I barely ever wear shoes to begin with, but
But
yeah.
yeah, this is no, no. The one time
No.
okay, tangent. So sorry, tangent. The one time I have I have hurt my ankles in my youth. So like my ankles are not very sturdy. And the one time I tried to wear like really tall shoes, it was just in my house. And my dad said that I look like the dude from Rocky Horror Picture Show walking around.
Oh,
And
that's so mean.
I was like, you know, he ain't wrong though. That's the
Uh,
problem. He wasn't wrong, and I was like, okay, not for me. Also, this is painful, and I'm going to break an ankle.
I love the idea of heels. They
Me
look
too.
so pretty. I, like, have, like, 2 or 3 pairs in my closet. Can't remember the last time I wore them. It's been more than 7 years, but they're
As a
so pretty.
concept, wonderful.
Yeah. Uh,
Execution, no, thank you.
yeah. Yeah, I roll my ankle pretty much every time I try.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. I wish I could be like these women, just wearing them all over the place. But yes, so, she notices the shoes and then also is watching as Crinkle Bones tries to get apartment girl's attention, and her mom chastises her. I'm pretty sure the mom, like, clocked what was going on and was just like, "Give them privacy, like, stop watching them. Mind your own business," and the bus moves on. And so now we can see that on the bus, we have the driver who's the elevator man, the businessman, Crinklebones, apartment girl, schoolgirl and her mom, broken leg boy, and this young child who I don't think we've seen before. Have we?
Yeah. No, we have not seen the child that I know of.
Okay.
I did not clock that. That
Yeah, I
like
was like, I
he was
recognize
recognizable.
everybody
Yeah.
else. But yeah. Okay. So from outside, we now see the bus driving in the rain, which great. Not only does it have shitty brakes, it's raining. Great. Love that. But it is driving in the rain towards and then onto a massive bridge. It does another pan like through the bus of all the passengers as the bus speeds up. And then suddenly we get a massive bang and see a tire has blown, which is not what I expected to happen. I don't know what I thought. Like I thought someone would like brake check them or something, but no, the whole tire just blows off. Um, and the driver tries to course correct, but there's really nothing he could do. And so like the bus is jerked around, swerves into the other lane, and then there's a truck that was behind them. But the driver was texting, of course, and he looks up at the last moment as the bus like swerves into like is just swerving around. Um, but since he was texting, he did not have enough time to react and hits like the corner of the bus and flips it. So,
Yeah.
like the way that they did this whole thing though was very cool because
It was.
oh my god, like we get the pans through the bus, like the outside in the rain, and then we see now that it is starting to flip, we see slow motion the inside of the bus from like front to back of the bus as the passengers are like thrown.
Yeah,
So
it
we
was so cool. It was
oh,
really well done. I was very impressed by the cinematography of this shot.
yes, claps for everybody who is part of that. The businessman is reaching out as the ring is thrown from him, so we see him like kind of like trying to grab for it, but it's being thrown. He's being thrown. Crinklebones, who again was sitting directly behind Apartment Girl, has, like, thrown herself over the seat and is, like, hugging onto apartment girl from behind and is, like, bracing both of them. And then we see also the mom is holding tight to the schoolgirl. And then it zooms back into real time, and we see the bus breaks through the guardrail and then falls into the water. Really good scene, but also
Amazing.
very sad.
Very sad. Yeah, but amazingly done.
Yes. So now we're with the lady in white who is walking down the street, on a path near the bridge, so, like, we can see like, she even looks up and sees the bridge in front of her, and then she's checking her phone again, rereading the text that, businessman sent her, and as she's looking at the phone, we can see and hear the bus crash, but she doesn't look up yet. And
Which is
after
that was the moment I was immediately like, she's deaf. And our other friend who was watching with us was like, her social or her spatial awareness sucks.
yes. Well, and I was like, "Well, yeah, this actually makes sense because like, I didn't really question the note writing earlier, but I'm like, probably should have questioned that, like, that makes a lot more sense now." But yeah, like, we couldn't even, like, really I don't know. It was just, like, a different sound mixing when we're with her, and so, yeah, when she doesn't look up, I'm like, "Oh, she can't hear that." Like,
Right.
that's
Right.
it
I mean,
there was no question in my mind, like, when someone else is like, "Spatial awareness is 0," I'm like, "I don't think that's what's happening."
Steph, I'm
Yeah.
gonna just go out on a limb here and say she can't hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, so she finishes sending a text to businessman saying like, finally telling him that she misses him too. Like, I feel like this was a moment she decided she was gonna stick it out.
Yes.
Like, it
Regardless
was a
of the
pivotal
note,
mo
regardless of anything else, she was gonna stick it out with him. So it wasn't
Yeah,
him,
right. Like, she probably liked him, I assume. And
but enough
then,
to put him in a suitcase later.
I got questions. I got
Keep you with
questions.
me.
Yeah. So after she sends that text, she looks up just in time to see the bus fall into the water. And she connects the dots very quickly. Like, I would have been like, could have been him, probably not, maybe not, please not." No, she immediately clocks it.
Would not have guessed that if I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know. Feel like I would be paranoid enough to be like, all things revolve around me. The person I know who is on a bus currently is clearly on the bus that I can see crashing.
Yeah, yeah, maybe, yeah, probably. Yeah,
And then you just
anyway,
really hope you're wrong.
right, but she, like, immediately tries to call him. He doesn't answer. She then calls 119, which is 911, but Korea. And then tries to talk. But this is when it's like fully revealed and confirmed that she cannot speak, like she cannot hear, and she just drops the phone from her ear and starts running towards the accident. So now we see some images of the victims in the water. Like this is, I wouldn't say like full slow mo, but we're just going slowly through the bus. So like not slow mo, but still a slow pan. We see the shoes, the businessman's phone, people holding on to each other, and then it gets to the front of the bus, and we see the bus driver is very clearly dead. Like his eyes are open. There's no light in those eyes. He's not even trying to get out of it. He's dead. And then we now go to the hospital as like the emergency response team is bringing them in. There's blood, like, everywhere. We see, like, the, broken leg guy's shoes, the white ones that he's been, like, trying to keep clean this whole time. I didn't mention earlier, they got, like, splashed with water when the bus couldn't stop, at eh, but, like, now they are covered in blood, so very dirty. Um, so they are, like, the EMTs are telling the hospital staff to be careful with businessman as they wheel him in because his back has some damage. And then another man walks in, I think it was the driver of the truck that hit them,
Yeah.
and he asked for help with his chest. We also see that Crinklebones and Apartment Girl are, like, wheeled on the same gurney, with Crinklebones still holding her. So, like, we don't know if, like, they've been, like, stuck together, if something happened where they've been, like, impaled, but they're on the same gurney together. Uh, I'm sure we'll find out later. And then we see the lady in white has arrived. I think she ran the whole way there, to be honest.
Yeah.
She gets to the hospital and goes into the emergency department, and when she walks in, like, all of the sound in the episode completely stops. Like, we are in her like, what she can hear is what we can hear, which is nothing. So, she, like, looks around, but she doesn't talk to anyone. I think she's very overwhelmed, doesn't really know how to ask.
Even if I was not deaf, I would be overwhelmed in that moment. So fair,
Right.
absolutely fair. But yeah, to even have that extra thing in this moment where there's so much chaos and there's so much just
Yeah.
uncertainty. Oh, I can't
I
imagine. It's
well,
that's awful.
yeah, I also just, like, can't imagine what she's going through and the extent that, like, she's been in this emotional roller coaster all day.
Yes.
It's, I think, her birthday
Yes.
based on, like, the flowers and whatnot that he had. So she's been in this whole, like, "Is my relationship a real thing right now?" kind of roller coaster. Finally decided, "I'm going for it. This man's worth it." And then this happens? Like, ooh, she is not having a good day. Not having a good day. But yeah. So then we go to uh, the most insane waiting room situation ever. I could not wrap my mind around the who decided to do it this way. That's all I have to say on this because we have like the families of the victims. They're in chairs in just a hallway, like in like little plastic chairs on the side of the hall, both sides. People are just sitting in them as the staff is rolling people on beds through that hallway. And so, like, first we see a full on dead body on a bed. Like, I mean, it's covered in a sheet, but like, that's I think, the universal sign that it's a dead body. And it's rolled through, and one of the hospital staff who's rolling the body along the hallway calls out, like, hey, the family of says a name, and these people are like stand up and they're like, "Yeah, they died. Oh, and that was their body, by the way, that you just had rolled past you. This is how we're gonna tell you that your loved one is deceased."
So
I was just in shock. I was like, "Is this hell? 'Cause what the fuck is this? This is the bad place. Yeah, got it. Got it, got it. That's horrible."
not okay.
Yeah,
Just
I was
not
just like,
okay.
I can't imagine learning that, like, either a parent, child, any relative died that way. Horrifying. Um,
Well, but that's the thing is you can't tell me there wasn't another way to get the body through. Like to just have no. Uh-uh.
there's not, like, a different hallway or, like, a separate room you can put them in? I don't know. Yeah, and that is the start of a parade, like, a full-on parade of patients being rolled through this hallway. So, like, the patient rolls through, and then the family is called. Most of them are alive. I will say that. Most of them are alive, so at least there's that. And they're, like, told, if they're being, like, moved to another ward. Um, but yeah, it's wild. Craziest thing of this episode, and there's been some crazy shit so far.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this was the moment of like, are you kidding me? Like, what do you mean? No, no. And it's so sad. It was so sad. I was just like, I just putting myself in the place of those people waiting and watching other people's family like members come out dead, and you're just
Yeah.
like, uh, I am in Purgatory Alley in this moment going, what is the state of my loved one? Oh,
Yeah, am I gonna be the next one
yeah.
having to deal with that? Yeah, I don't know.
So, like, you really wanna be the first one. You definitely wanna be the first one, who knows, like,
I wouldn't
'cause
wanna be the first one because the first one was dead. But
that's
the
true,
next
but
one, maybe.
you wanna be the first living one. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, you don't wanna be sitting there the whole time just watching all these. Yeah, no, no, you're right. Yeah, that's uh, but yeah. So at some point another man walks in and joins the waiting chairs, and it's an older man wearing, and I had to Google this because he was wearing like a specific armband. I was like, what is that? So I like looked it up, and it says that it's like a funeral armband of like the head mourner, something like that. But he joins, and then he stands up and follows them when the schoolgirl is rolled out. So I think we can assume that it's the father. Yeah.
yeah, 'cause we know that the mom has not made it.
Yeah. But also I'm like, would he be wearing that quickly? I don't know. I don't know anything.
Maybe he was told that the mom had already not made, I don't know, maybe they just have those at the hospital ready for you. I Maybe it's a very
That's
cultural
true.
thing. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, not sure. Many questions. Um so after a time, only one couple is left there, and we learned that it is the parents of the businessman. And the police hand them his phone because they say they found it on the bus. I'm like, who was going through this underwater bus picking up their belongings? But whatever. So it's pertinent to the plot. So they hand the parents his phone, and the lady in white calls again, and the devil, I mean, his mother,
yeah.
sees that she's calling and denies the call and sends her a text that he has died and it was her fault. The fuck? Holy
Dare
shit.
you? Ma'am,
Oh,
how dare you?
on her birthday?
Evil. That is so fucking evil.
Even if he did die, that is not okay.
This is also the chick, if I'm remembering correctly from the earlier episode with the doctor, who was like the one who was having a breakdown and shit. Like this,
Ugh,
that was the mom. And so she
I,
is like, but man, yeah, absolutely not, ma'am. No, no, you're fucked up for that.
I,
Even if
I
he
just,
was dead, like it is not her fucking fault.
no.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I just can't understand. I know there are many situations in which I could understand this, but in this one in particular, I cannot understand knowing that like your son has found someone that he loves and you being a horrible person to them because there's no like we know there's no reason for this mom to dislike this girl besides that she is deaf.
Yeah, and like, look, okay, yes, I could maybe this mom, like, she went from like super shitty mother-in-law material of like, oh, you just don't like me because of my disability. Sorry, not much I can do for being deaf, ma'am. Yes, you're right. I deserve nothing because I'm deaf. I'm so sorry, and I'm so sorry that your son fell in love with me. My apologies. But to then be like, you killed my son. No, no. How
Have
could
this,
you?
save that energy for the bus company, please.
Right? Yes. Yeah, exact that is where it needs to be directed. Ooh,
Yeah.
I
So
was shook. I was
I already
clutching
didn't like
pearls.
her, and then I was like, I want to fight this lady.
Right? Yeah, me too. I was ready to go. I was like, how? Oh, what the fuck? Like, this is the most evil shit. We have seen some crazy shit in this show. That chick is the most evil person
Yeah,
in the
because that's
entire
just a
show.
person choosing to be a bad person.
Yep. Oof.
Evil. And like at this point, we hadn't seen him yet, so we don't know if he's dead or not. But like literally right after she sends that text, he gets rolled into the hallway and he's alive. And they get called up. They go walk with him. Weirdly enough, they go down like one other hallway, and then his parents are told they can't go with him. Like, what was the point of this whole thing?
Family that had like somebody who lived, they were like, okay, you get up from your chairs and you come a little further. Okay, now stop.
It's just crazy. And Yeah, they go to another waiting room, which is where they should have been the whole time. Like,
Yes.
let's be real. This is an actual waiting room with, like, walls and a door and, like, more chairs. Um, and they're talking about, the whole phrase about how it's up to him to survive now. And the father of the businessman tells his wife that the text that she sent was uncalled for and inappropriate. Kudos to you. Appreciate that you can actually, like, tell your wife she's wrong.
Yeah, thanks,
She deserved
father-in-law,
it.
but, like, also, you should have said it at the time.
I don't know that he, like, knew I don't think he saw her send that text, because like, she was looking at the phone. I think this is, like,
Yeah.
after she told him about it.
Okay, fair.
And also, like, 2 seconds after that text was sent was when they rolled out the sun.
True.
So I think they did that intentionally so that there really was no way for him to do it, you know?
Yeah, to kind of voice an opinion on it, yeah.
Yeah. So he says that he's gonna call her, the woman in white, and the wife says that the she's like, "The woman is deaf, so it won't matter," and that's why she's against her. And the husband just takes the phone and says, "Well, I'm gonna at least send another text." And he looks down at the phone and then is just, like, horrified, has, like, this terrible look on his face. So then we see the woman in white is back at the house. She's in the dark and she is looking at that picture of her and her boyfriend, like, happy together. And then she hangs herself.
Coming in, no less.
Well, and, like, the way that it's set up, like, she has no way of backing out, like, she had removed whatever she was standing on. She's,
You
like,
know
in
she's
the middle
serious,
of
that's the way you gotta do it
Yeah,
if you're serious.
right, there's no second guessing it, like, no changing your mind. And, yeah, she can see the phone, like, sitting, again, just out of reach, and we see that on the phone is the text that like, from the mom saying it's your fault, and then she had texted back, saying that she will go where he is. So, meaning she's going to die with him. And the dad sends multiple texts saying he's alive, and she can see these coming through. So, he's alive, very much so trying to get her to not die. But as we know, it is too late. And we see her reading these texts as she's dying, and she is like processing what's going on. She is clawing at the rope,
Snip!
trying to save herself. And as she does that, as you said, her nails, the fingernails are like ripping off her fingers. And yeah, I guess that is, like, how these strangers get their weird things. Like, I would assume then Crinkle Bones is just crushed in like, that's why she's got her whole Crinkle Bones thing?
Maybe, but I don't know because she was I don't know. Kringle Bones is still a weird one that I have questions about.
Well, it's like, when the bus is getting thrown in the slow-mo phase, like, we see her, like, leaping out of the seat, and she looks taller because she's just, like, stretching to
Yes.
reach. So, like, I feel like she took most of the crushed impact for Apartment Girl, and
Yeah.
that's why her bones crinkle, and then since she stretched herself, that might be why she gets super tall. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and I do think too, like there's some kind of protection thing with that too. I think that that ties in with it a
Yeah.
little bit. But yeah, so and I do think like something happened where like I think they were literally stuck together in some
I
way
I was just gonna say, I
because
think
they wouldn't
maybe
have
the
brought
hair
them in
growth is
together.
because they, like, melded together just to some extent. Yeah.
Yeah, but we know that Apartment Girl is still in a coma.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then Broken Leg Boy, I would assume he broke both his legs.
Yeah.
That one is probably easy to guess. But yeah. Yeah. So we then see all of the people from the crash arriving at and walking down the alley, the creepy one that we spent so much time in. And we hear the same voiceover from the beginning of the episode telling us the exact same thing about near death experiences and This is all happening as we see some of the interactions that we've seen in previous episodes. So, like, the apartment girl with crinkle bones behind her, the schoolgirl hugging her mother, and then the businessman meeting the woman in white on the bench as she says, "You know who I am, don't you?" And I think this is, like, a clear indication that, like, one half of these groups that we just saw is dead. So, like, we know the mom, the woman in white
Yeah.
are dead, and we can assume that Crinklebones has died, 'cause that, I guess, wasn't explicitly
And
stated, but
we
we can
saw her
assume.
on both in both universes, right? We saw her in the
Yeah,
real world on the top of at the in the bathroom, and then we've seen her in Purgatory Lane. Yeah, I think she is, and she isn't like always visible there, right? So yeah, I
yeah,
definitely think she's dead.
yeah. But yeah, so that is how it ends. Like, our near-death experience people, the people in comas, seeing the people that they love who have died in limbo.
I feel like the people who have died, because yeah, mom is also in both places, right? Mom, she talks to the mortician and she's there in the apartment with the
Yeah,
daughter. Um, but like I feel like she understands what's happening, right? Mom understood what was going on. Lady in White understands what's going on. I assume Crinkle Bones kind of knows what's going on too. She's just creepily always being over apartment girl because she wants to constantly be protecting of that.
yeah, yeah, I guess that's true. We have very clear indications that Woman in White and the mom know they're dead because Woman in White killed herself, so she knows. And then the mom had that conversation with the mortician. But yeah, I guess we don't know about Crinklebones if she knows.
Yeah, yeah, she might still be in a weird place, but it's interesting because I think that the only reason that they're in Purgatory Lane as well is that they're attached to one of these other people
Yeah.
in some way, right?
Well, and I think that's why they showed these interactions with that voiceover talking about
Mhm.
people in near death experiences can see deceased loved ones. It's like we saw those three couples or couplets because one of them is dead, one of them is still in a near death experience. So that's also like, yeah, they are deceased loved ones. They can be seen while they're in this experience.
It is still wild that she put him in a suitcase.
I okay, so I I really am struggling with, well, not struggling. I think about that a lot because yeah, we know you loved this man. So my thoughts on it could be that I know we've had this like ongoing theory that she is there killing like ghosts that like shouldn't be there or like
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to get them
wrong.
out of. I don't, well, the thing is that like maybe she thinks that killing him will keep him there, like make it so that he can't
Oh.
go back.
Maybe. Okay, I could see that. What I was thinking is that because, like, the thing is, like, the suitcase that she's pulling is the suitcase that she was packing to leave him, right?
Mhm.
The tools she had in there were the ones from her like work and stuff. So, like, she has these bits of her. I think that yeah, you're that kind of keeping him with her. Like,
But
that is what's
also
happening here to me, is, like, that is she is, like, if she has him there, he can't yeah, you're kinda right, like, we have the same theory, that he can't leave her.
like, granted, I do not know this woman. Never met her. I don't get the vibes that she's the type that's like the stay with me or die, or stay with me and die in this
But,
case.
I also I think that she's not, like, fully herself. I don't think anybody
That's
in this
true.
space is fully themselves,
That is true.
because and we don't know what kind of damage suicide did to her spirit.
That is also so true. And we like, she clearly knows something more about this place
Yeah.
just because of, like, how she was talking to the late shop guy. Um, so, yeah, there's something else going on that we do not know. And we still don't know about, like you said, like, the entire episode with the detective, because we don't know how he got there. He was not part of this accident.
Yeah, he got hit by a car when he was chasing down Demon Eyes.
We think.
We think. I'm pretty
I've
sure.
been wrong about, like, 90% of my theories with the show so far, so I'm just like, allegedly for everything now
Yeah, that's
because
fair. I'm more black and white. I'm like, "This is what happened," and then, like, I'm like, "I was wrong."
yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna put allegedly in front of every
It's
assumption
fair.
now.
I say, hey man,
Yeah.
it's much safer that way. But yeah, so we know how. Like, I think we know how he got there, but like also, why could he see spirits? And he might just have been a person who was closer to death. Blah blah blah. Like the nurse. Okay, so I get that. What up with old cat eyes plain man?
Mhm.
Like what's going on with that guy? Also, like what's going on with the light shop dude? Like what's your
Right.
jam?
Is he just like the ferryman? Like, is
That's
that
what
what
I
he
feel
is?
like he is, but like also, but it's a little weird still because like he's scaring off Crinkle Bones, right? That was weird. Like if you were the ferryman, like I don't know,
Yeah,
because it's
it's like
more than
he's
that.
the
Because he's protecting some of these
yeah.
people.
Well, and it's almost like he's protecting the ones who haven't fully died from those who are dead, but I don't know that it's that black and white. I
He
don't
didn't
know.
protect our businessman.
Yeah, but the businessman wasn't at the light shop with
True,
him. Like,
true.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And also, well, here's the thing: is there are other people there who we don't know the backstory of. We know the backstory of the guy who was in the coma, who was in the ICU. Yeah, he wasn't part of the bus, but we saw him in the light shop. He was
Mhm.
buried alive for debts that
Right.
he owed. The dude with that's constantly the frozen man with
Cold.
the
Looking for
dog.
the dog.
We don't have any clue about
What
that
that
guy.
dog do?
Right? Why you so mad? You know what's so funny is that my guess on him was that he fell in a really cold, like river, and that's
Right.
how he
Maybe
died.
everybody died in a river.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe this is Purgatory Lane for that river. Um,
If except she didn't die, like, Woman in White didn't, so
yeah, that's fair. But she's
yeah.
tied. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
and also like other dude was buried alive, so that doesn't quite
Right, right,
work.
right.
But it
Right.
was really funny to me to be like, "Oh, nope, clearly my river theory of why he's so cold, they all fell into a river, they're not freezing." Okay, well, I don't know then.
They that might just be his one thing. Like, I think he it still could have happened. You never know. Well, hopefully we'll find out. I assume please give us answers about that because I we're only on episode 5, but I have a good feeling about this show giving us answers for everything.
Yeah. I really think it's interesting though, like looking at this and like the lady in white who really knows some things, right? And she's kind of got the most mobility of all the people who know kind of what's going on. And her obsession with, do you think they know each other? Do you think like that they're together? Like
Yeah.
she is obsessed with that, right? And so
Yeah.
like I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing
Yeah.
cuz she still feels a little malicious if I'm honest. I don't
No,
trust her.
I don't trust anything, anybody except for that dog. I feel like that dog's okay.
Yeah, the dog is alive somewhere living its best life barking and annoying the shit out of people.
Barking where only one man can hear him and it messes him up.
Kid. We also don't know that other young girl. She was a different entity, like, and then like the girls in the
Oh
school,
yeah.
like there's still stuff with that is like what, like, so are we crossing over more into, because she was dead, so then maybe in some of this, like the our school girl, they didn't see her, they can't see her, she's not really communicating with them, but she can be in that space, right? I don't know, I am unsure. So there are a few things like that that are like, what's going on? Because it's more than just, our people have been more than just Purgatory Lane and those apartments, right? They have been in further spaces because
Right.
even
The bus
businessman
stop, the school, yeah.
was on a bus every night, right? So like, where
Mhm.
how did that happen? Where did that loop begin for him? And there
Yeah.
were other people on that bus. Like, so
I will
what?
say though, well, no, this is not like a oh gotcha kind of thing. he like, when we first saw Businessman, he was asleep on that bus. So, like,
Yeah.
maybe he just appears right
When the
there.
thing yeah. Yeah. That is possible. Hmm.
Should we watch the
Yeah.
next one?
I think we should. I think I'm all out of my random theories that are probably not true. Um, so I think we should get to the next episode. Thank you all for listening to Ope, I Found a Weird Show, and we cannot wait to continue the recap next time. Bye!
Bye.